It was an open book test. You heard the term Declaration of Independence and you were like, unity. Unity. That one right there. Our president doesn't even know what the Declaration of Independence is. He really doesn't. He doesn't. He was asked by reporter Terry Moran from ABC News in an interview that happened a couple days ago. Terry Moran asks Trump what the Declaration of Independence meant to him. And his response is just wild. So put in the chat below, do y'all know what the Declaration of Independence is? If you're a U.S. citizen, you should know. You absolutely need to know this. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you probably at least have an idea. The name also is a hint, okay? The name is a hint for what it is. Can you put it in the chat below. What is the Declaration of Independence? Trump thinks that it's something else. So let me get to it. So on Tuesday, President Trump sat down with ABC News' Terry Moran for his first broadcast interview since the second presidential inauguration for the first 100 days and all of that. During the interview, Trump showed Moran around the Oval Office, pointing out a copy of the 1776 Declaration of Independence, which announced the original 13 colonies were breaking away from the British Empire. Yeah, cool. Referring to the document, when looking at it, Moran asked, "Mr. President, sir, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to you?" And this is the moment. This is the moment. And I just want to point out, when people apply for citizenship, I'm pretty sure that they have to actually know what a lot of these documents are. So what does it say? And spoiler alert, Donald Trump has no idea what it is. He has no idea what it is, as you'll see from this answer. But like, if you apply to be a citizen of the United States, you have to know what these documents are. You have to know what the Constitution is. You have to know what the Declaration of Independence is. You have to understand the branches of government, the separation of powers, all of that stuff. But Donald Trump truly doesn't know what it is. This is how the exchange went. The president replied to when he said, "Sir, what does the Declaration of Independence mean to you?" He says, and let me get out my hands. Hold on. He says, "Well, Terry, it means exactly what it says. It means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect. It means a lot. And it's something very special to our country." I just can't. It was an open book test, bucko. It was an open book test. You heard the term Declaration of Independence and you were like, unity. Unity. That one right there. Bless his heart. I mean, oh God, he is such an unsharpened pencil. Bless his heart. You see the term Declaration of Independence and you're like, yep, that means unity. That means, all together, all. No! Let's put the shoe on the other foot for just a modicum of a second. Let's say that Joe Biden or Kamala Harris were asked this and this was their answer. You know what? It would be just as absurd. So, and look at Terry Moran's face. He's like, huh? The clip was later replayed on The Daily Show, where comedian Desi Lydic focused on the reporter's reaction, joking, "Look at Terry Moran's face. He looks like a teacher about to call the school psychologist." And I came up with this meme. And the clip itself, if you go and watch it, is super funny. Now, to put this in even more context, Donald Trump literally has this hanging up like a couple feet away, or I should say several feet away from his desk in the Oval Office. Like, how has he not read it? The Declaration of Independence, they are literally a list of grievances against King George III and a declaration of war to separate the colonies from the British Empire for the purposes that they were being taxed without representation over in Britain, and the fact that they weren't getting adequate support from them at all. So they didn't have much sovereignty to actually run the colonies. It was all a very top-down approach. And being a continent away and having not as much communication as we do these days, it's kind of hard to run that, So This person's like, how can a grown man be so stupid? Hey Donnie, don't you want to actually? Hey Donnie, you might want to actually read it. I think you'll find that you've cast yourself in the role of the villain in this story. You may find these lines about why we disavowed the English king of particular interest. For cutting off our trade with all parts of the world. Oh, that's another thing. Like, the colonies were not really allowed to trade independently. So they were like, okay, we're a part of the British Empire, but can we make our own trade deals? They're like, no. For imposing taxes on us without consent. For depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury. For transporting us beyond the seas to be tried for pretended offenses. It's a divorce, basically. Like, you can't say it's all about unity, it's all about love. It is literally a divorce. That's what the document is. I guarantee that he probably doesn't even know that Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. Again, this is what he said. Well, it means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect. And you know, that means a lot. It means a lot. Now, I also just want to point out, a lot of people were comparing this moment to when Donald Trump was asked about his favorite Bible verse. You all know the moment that I'm talking about. So Trump was asked, like, you know, oh, what's your favorite Bible verse? Because he was like, oh, besides Art of the Deal, my favorite book is the Bible. My favorite book is the Bible. And when he was asked, he couldn't give a specific answer. The Bible is my favorite book. And then the person asked, okay, well, which verses in the Bible are your favorites? I don't want to get into the specifics. Are you an Old Testament or a New Testament guy? You know, probably equal. It's giving a 4-year-old trying to fib, trying to lie, but not being very good at it. It's giving a kid who hasn't done the book report. That clip always reminds me of a high schooler trying to give a presentation on a book in class he didn't read and trying to give it to the entire class. My favorite part of The Catcher in the Rye? That's tough, you know? There is, of course, the catching. That's important, you know? I caught it. Oop. But there's also the rye, you know, rye bread. It's delicious. You know, it rises to the top. You know, I like both, you know, probably equal. Oh, bless his heart. This person said, me, when asked by my wife which dress looks better on her. Babe, probably equal. You just look incredible. I don't want to get into it. It's really personal for me. Oh, God. When asked, the first word that came to mind when asked was the word unity. Unity. This should be an absolute embarrassment. This is very much a big embarrassment for our country.